Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Modern Day Mystics Show. Our mission here is to help you turn whatever you desire into real-life manifestations by sharing our revolutionary technology to make that happen for you. We bring you such cutting-edge information through our resident wizard, Peter Schenk, and also through such magical guests each week that are really making a difference in our lives on a variety of levels. I am your co-host, Donna, along with the founder of this program, the modern day mystic himself, Peter Schenk.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Hey, Donna. How are you?
Hey, Peter. I'm great.
So we got an awesome guest tonight, and I have a lot of very, very good things to say about her. But before we get into it, Donna, we have a couple of announcements.
We do. So, of course, first of all, let's start with the HFA. We have that on special to the end of this evening. So the HFA is 30% off, folks. This is a great time to get the HFA. That is, of course, a new way to travel for your vehicle on sale through tonight. So first announcement. Second announcement, we've got Peter live on a couple of shows. Starting tomorrow, he is going to be live with Dr. Karen Can. You guys might remember Dr. Karen Can. She's been on our show. Peter has been on her show as well. He is going to be live with her tomorrow at 3 p.m. Make sure you connect with him. Information will be on his Facebook page. It's also going to be out in the email blast as well. And that is 3 p.m. tomorrow. And that's Eastern time, folks. And then on Thursday, Peter is going to be on Jazz Up Your Life with Judy. That's another live show, another opportunity for you to call in and ask for questions. Peter will be talking about the Source 5. That is going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you mark your calendars for Monday and Thursday.
Thanks, Don. I just want to kind of bring everyone up to speed about the 30-day Body, Mind, and Spirit Challenge. We are all flat out getting the videos done. And if you haven't heard about this, back in September, I had an idea to deliver something to the world, a way of giving back that no one has ever seen before. And we were able to, whenever something's created or rolls out of my head, it's pretty much off the wall and it delivers everything I'm going to say it's going to do. But I wanted to deliver this in November. I was like, I'm going to do this by myself. And then I started thinking through the mechanics of it. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to do this. So another great idea came up. We sent out an email and said, hey, anybody want to be a part of this? And we've got 6 amazing professionals that have agreed to collaborate with all of you for 30 days starting in the new year. The date is tentatively set for January 18th, but that may slip a little bit depending on, the PR campaign that we're kicking off and getting the videos done. And basically, over the course of 30 days, we will deliver to you a video anywhere from 30 minutes to 50 minutes, just completely jam-packed with informative information, energy techniques, things you've never seen before, all about the body, mind, and spirit. And remember, folks, when the body, mind, and spirit are not in alignment, your life is not optimized. This is a way that the MDM team and the folks that have joined this kind of clarion call can give back to all of you. It's absolutely free. The only thing you have to do is just drop your email, register on the MDM website, and the emails will start going out probably towards the end of this month. 30-day challenge, unlike anything you've ever seen. We're going to be, getting you just pumped up and just into this zone. And these, the information that these people are bringing is just mind-boggling. And anyways, it's going to be over the top. Donna, tell us about our guest, please.
You bet. So we've got.
Oh,
Karen.
wait. I got to do a water blessing. Oh my God. Everyone, get a glass of water. I can't believe I almost forgot.
Get your water, folks.
Actually, we're going to do this a little different, folks. Just, I want you to take your hand and I want you to wrap it around that glass of water, connecting all of your fingers, but do not touch the glass of water. Okay, if you got a bottle, you can go back and do this later. Just wrap your hands around that glass and just center your attention on the water and breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. In a minute, you're going to feel the energy moving from the water into your fingertips. And this is just a general blessing to get everyone kicked off for the show this evening. When you start to feel that energy move from the water into your fingertips, put your attention on the water and repeat the words out loud. I honor the space in which you exist. Energy that's in physical form or non-physical form will do anything for you as long as you acknowledge its existence. In a second, that energy flow will increase from the water into your hands. Boom. Bottoms up. Notice the taste and the texture of it and where it's going to be moving in your body energetically.
Yay.
Woohoo. Okay, tell us about our guest, please.
You got it. Tonight we have Karen Lagrange. Karen is a natural-born healer, empathic healer specializing in Reiki, light weaving, reconnection, light language, tarot cards, and candle magic. Karen knew she was different and never really fit in. Learning how to meditate, she was able to manifest 10,000s, listen to me, 10,000s of dollars and to help others. She began making pyramids as she was led by spirit and using highest vibrational frequencies of copper, crystals, sand, diamonds, and real diamonds, etc. Now, by tuning into your energy, each pyramid is custom made. They can bring you healing and change the frequency in your home. Case in point, when her husband was diagnosed with cancer, Karen made pyramids and put them under his bed and in his room. His cancer is undetected at this time. Karen is here to remind us to believe, ask, believe, and then receive. Welcome, Karen.
Karen, how are you?
Great.
So let's just jump right into it. Who are you?
Well, the main thing is I just like to help people and do whatever it is to make them feel better. That's why I make the pyramids, is because they give off the vibration to change things. So when you're angry or you're hurt, it makes you feel better. If you remember to go get it and actually talk to it, hold it, it makes a big difference. Yeah.
Kind of like this? Yeah. Let me tell you, folks, Karen's got an amazing gift. I received this, about 2 months ago? I think back in October. I did an MDM in and around it. I was so impressed we decided to have you on the show with us. All I can say is these pyramids are great attractors of abundance. And, you know, consciously, we all kind of have problems wanting to bring abundance in our life. You know, the Source 5 and other products that we've created over the years kind of help with that. This thing is really cool because it just kind of does it on its own. You don't have to activate it. You really don't have to do anything. But I do have it on my work desk where I have all of my creative energy flowing through me when I'm working and you know, designing software or engineering something to go out into the world. It just kind of sits off to the left, and it's always within my peripheral vision. And, you know, Karen says to talk to it, and I'm a wholehearted believer in that, because the HFAs went out into the world, and a couple of people were writing back, well, you know, it's not really doing as advertised. I said, well, it's because you're not utilizing it right. Sit there and talk to it, you know, get to know it, use that childlike energy, bring it. And, you know, it just, boom, their whole experience with that product line has completely just gone from here into the stratosphere. It's the same thing with these pyramids, folks. They're crazy. So, Karen, please tell us how you got started, where the ideas came from, where you are today, and where you're going tomorrow.
Okay, I really don't know how I got started. I just it just kind of came to me. And I started researching what organite was, but this really isn't organite because it's got the crystals in it. So it kind of gives you what the organite does, but it goes up above and beyond that because of the crystals. And then it's whatever it tells me to put in them. I like to put your energy in it, and then somehow I get what you, I don't know, what you need, and I put it in there to help bring it out to you. I don't know. It's just something different. I don't know. Wild energy, I guess. I don't know why I said that.
Well, that's because when you created mine, I am off the chart. Wild energy. I got to tell you, this thing kind of looks like something out of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, man. It has got, this is the bottom of it, folks. It's just got all kinds of things in there. Karen, can you kind of tell me like what this is and what that is and why it's in there and how it got in there?
Well, for you, I got your bright star, and the moon and the stars work together. But that coin is from Egypt. That's a real Egyptian coin. And that also goes in with the pyramid, because not only are you getting the energy just from that, you're also getting the pyramid, help from the pyramids.
But how do you make these things? I mean, they're just cool to look at. You know, I'm being like prompted to shoot a laser into it, but I'm afraid I might just kind of phase out of reality, and I'm not ready for that to happen yet.
Okay, so you go to the store and you get this resin. Okay, and it's in a craft store. And just make sure it says resin, but make sure you got a ventilated area or you're going to pass out. Okay.
Gee, thanks for that tip.
I did in the garage one night. It's like, oh boy. And
did you brain cells?
So it comes with a mix, so you just like mix it together, and yeah, it comes with everything. So like these little things, you know, your measuring cups. So you mix that up.
You're like Betty Crocker of pyramids.
Yeah. And then you got a mold. So, but if you don't, I tell you, I started so many of these and ruined them. It's just like, but I saved them because they're all outside doing what they got to do outside. You put a coating in here. WD-40 is what you actually use, so they don't stick. This is just one that is started with a different type of mold than what yours was in. So you start off with a quartz crystal, and you wrap a wire around it. I have one of those here, but it's always a quartz on top. And then you put that in, and then you put the resin in. And this is done in layers, so it takes days to make these. And I also have a device that changes the energy in the house every few seconds. It's constantly working. And I don't know if you can see that, but that plate is changing the energy every few minutes.
Oh.
Okay. That helps. And then I try to bring whatever it is I'm making a pyramid for. So it's like if I was making one for Donna when I was trying to think of her every time I went near that. And I actually played your videos.
Oh, how cool. Yay.
Because I definitely wanted you in with that. And,
Oh, I'm in there.
Yeah. And I think about you. So then that actually tells me which crystals to put in. But I want you to feel it when you get it. So that's why I use the high vibration crystals.
But how did you get started with this? Where did I mean, they're crazy beautiful to look at.
Well,
Experience.
Yeah, well, I don't know, really. I don't know. But I've been
flows through you.
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 4 years now, at least, if not longer. But I don't know how I started. That's the bad part. I was trying to think of how I started. But I threw a lot of them outside too, because you just can't throw them away. I had ordered one off the internet and it did nothing for me compared to what these do. So you got to watch what you buy. I don't buy any of the crystals from Japan or anything. If it's not from someplace like that mines the minerals, I try to avoid that. Like I would love to go to Sedona, Arizona, but I just haven't got there yet.
Come on down.
Someday. So you just make sure you got the crystals and the copper. I have lots of copper. So it is in little pieces and not, oh, some people put like BBs from a pellet gun, or not the pellet gun, but the BBs. They buy that and put it in.
Just because it's copper?
Yeah. Cheaper way to go. Well, I don't want to do it cheap. I want you to feel it. I want you to have the full effect. So I don't skimp on anything. And I don't have to worry, because somehow when I make these, I get the money to buy more stuff to give.
Right on.
Because this little bag of these is over $100.
What is that?
These are those little crystals that I was telling you about. That's the it's at the very top of that pyramid too.
I know, I have one. Woohoo, look. You see that? Is that it?
Yes, that actually activates all the other crystals and makes them even more powerful.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to believe, but yeah.
So where does this, you know, obviously we all get downloads, but for you specifically, where does the idea come from when you're custom creating one? All right, we'll use me for an example. Where did the ideas come from?
Well, I went down with my intentions on what I was going to give you, but it ain't what you got. It's just like, I had all this stuff picked out, which I thought was
You
pretty
wanted
cool.
to turn me into a frog?
Well, it just wouldn't even let me put what I had there in there. So you got what you need for you.
So you can feel people.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Like I said, if I'm sitting someplace and somebody's even thinking about me, I just turn around and was like, oh, brother, please don't. I just pick up their energy. I just know. So I don't know where that comes from either, but it's there. Let's see. And oh, they all have like Reiki symbols in them. They have light language symbols in them too. I just put it all in there, like the kitchen sink, you know?
But how do you choose what goes into it? I mean, why crystal? Why copper? Why, you know, an Egyptian coin?
No, that's the key. I don't know. I just get on the internet and I'll just start buying stuff. And then I'll put it all in the basement, and then I just pull it out one at a time. That's why I was on the home shopping center. There was an auction channel, and I bought so many of these real crystals, real gemstones. These are gemstones. Like, this one's $280. You know what? They go in pyramids.
Right on.
And I don't know why, but I knew, I must have known. Let's do it like this. I must have known, but didn't know. That's what these, and I just hung on to them until it was time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't know why, but I did.
So, all right. So why a pyramid? Why not a cube or, you know, a
Circle. Yeah.
rectangle, or?
Well, because, you know, I do those too. But it's more into this, because you're also getting the energy in the frequencies that a pyramid has. I have one guy that buys these, the smaller ones, for Christmas presents, because he puts a razor either. I haven't quite figured, I never really asked him, but he said it keeps your razor blade sharp. And he buys them every year. I don't know how he does that, but he does. And then, like, I had necklaces and stuff, and people can put them in their purse. So I have different shapes, and I still put the stuff in them, but I just think that the pyramids are the best.
So what's the most wildest feedback you ever got from one of your creations that kind of stands out?
Oh, they just love them. They love the energy. But I did have issues with your wonderful car one.
Your HFA?
Yep.
What?
Because, oh my gosh, it was horrible. It was, and it wasn't because of you. It was. Let me show you what I had.
Quick, cut the feed.
No,
We're having technical difficulties, folks. Get in.
My friend Sandy. My friend Sandy can tell you, because I have one like this in my back window. And I've been rear-ended one time, but nothing ever happened to my car or anything. The girl's car was kind of messed up a little bit because she hit me. But I think it was this, okay? So then I have this, and now I have yours, and they conflicted a little bit. I think this one just didn't want yours in the car. So I kept telling Sandy, I said, I'm being tailgated. They're like trying to run me off the road now. I was at a stoplight and I thought, holy cow, I'm going to get crashed. Serious. I was ready to take one of them out, but I didn't want to. I knew better. So then something told me, talk to them. Okay. So I got them in both hands like this, and this one's in the right and yours is in my left. And I communicated and told them they had to get along. You can protect the front end and you can protect the back end, but you got to get along. And now I don't have any trouble. And we had 2 snowstorms already, or well, kind of snowstorms.
Perfect example of thinking outside the box.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people see this one in the window though, and they see the skulls and they think, ew, what is that? But it's a good thing. It's like it's the Inca one, and they weren't bad and evil either. It's just, that's the way they were. So some people like that design better. But for some reason, I like this one the best.
I can't say enough good things about them. They're absolutely awesome. So Karen, this crowd likes massive activations, and we kind of talked about this before the pre-show. So if anyone's ever seen Star Trek, you're about to see it whole new light. Live long and prosper.
Live and prosperous. Live long and prosperous.
If you have a heart condition, you're not going to want to watch this. Right,
Oh,
so kind of explain what we're going to do. Warn people before you do it, because this is quite extraordinary.
Okay, this is called the Crystal Matrix Transmitter. And this will clear your blocks. This really does work. There's something about the frequencies when it is running and the crystal works together. I got this from my friend Bob. And this is what I did. I asked the universe, if I'm supposed to have this, you have to give me the money in order to buy it. Okay. So I went to the casino and I won the money. So I called him up and I says, I'll take that. And if not, I wasn't supposed to have it. So it is definitely meant to be, and it definitely does work. He sold a lot of them, and they of course have an upgrade model of it now. But you ask for, let's see, what should we ask for everybody?
Karen, can they do it on their own?
Yeah. So if everybody is thinking of something that they need cleared out of their life, and one thing that they don't understand, they all got blocks for money, and it's there because when they were born, or as a child they wanted something, couldn't have it, so they're all kind of like got clearing blocks that need to be cleared so that they can have what they want. Like even the love of their life, somebody broke their heart, they need to be cleared, clear that energy from them if they ask for it. But another thing is they got to love themselves. And that's a block, because you really don't know if you love yourself until you try to say it. You know how many people I tried to get to clear with this and they couldn't say I love myself? A lot.
I love myself.
Yeah, you were all right.
I love myself.
Cool. So anyway, think of something that you really want to clear out of your life, or something that you really want. Okay. And put your mindset that you would like to have it. Now, are you ready to release anything that's keeping you from getting it? And then you would say yes.
Bleepity bleep, yep.
Okay. And now, are you willing to let's see. You said that, I lost my train of thought. Okay. And are you willing to let it go? Yes. And then, do you deeply and completely love and accept yourself unconditionally? Here we go.
Right?
Oh.
They're ready to nap. Wow.
I don't even know what to say. What just happened?
It's got the frequencies in there that definitely works with your body and your brain, and it clears the energy. It'll clear your aura. It clears it all. And if you actually got one of these, it really works. I don't know how to say it, but it does.
It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen his new bottle.
How old is that one?
Gosh, quite a few years now. Maybe 6 years.
That was I'd like to get some feedback from the audience on the social media of how you were just impacted by that, because generally when we have guests on the show, I don't allow them to infiltrate my space in any way, shape, or form in anything they do. And I was completely receptive to that, which is a rarity. And it was very cool. And I know if that affected me, it had definitely affected others. Donna, you're on mute.
No, I couldn't get here quick enough. Yeah, it was lots of, I don't know if anyone knows, I had to take one of these out just so I, wouldn't blow up. But very, very powerful. I feel it right in here. You know what, Karen? I don't know maybe if you can speak to this, or Peter, maybe you, about the chakras right in here. I was like tight in here, and I just, felt some clearing there.
He was definitely putting me on cloud 9 pretty quick.
Yes.
Let's do it again. Yeah. No.
Does anybody have anything out there? Yeah, there we go. Weird and wonderful. Mark says it was weird and wonderful. I feel more peaceful. So people got a blast of that for sure. Wow. Any more responses, folks? Nice.
Bob did say, the guy that I bought it from, that a woman that worked with children that had autistic, it worked for them.
Wow.
It helped them a great deal with the autistic. So yeah.
All right, I'm coming back to Earth. Let's a little bit beyond this. Let's
Right?
talk about how do you talk to souls and energy?
Oh, that's great. So say you got an issue with your boss at work and it's not working out. So you've done everything and it's just like you just want to kill him or something.
Bring that little gizmo to work and say, sit down.
Hey, I've done that too. And he just makes a weird noise. It's like, shut up.
Next job.
But actually, you get in a like a space of your own where nobody's at, and you have to say out loud, I call, say, I don't want to say his name, he might be listening. I call Jim John. I call your soul to me right now. And you just fill your heart out to this guy, what it is that you're wanting to clear. Okay, you just tell him, I want this and I want this and I don't like this about you and I don't like that. Now they're not going to listen to everything you're saying, but by law they have to come. Their soul has to come.
Where do you bring that in the work? What do you sit in the potty with that thing and beep, 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 you flush the toilet a few times to kill the noise? I mean, really? Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. No, I take it in my office. I have an office that they come in. But anyway, you just tell them what it is that you want. And believe it or not, and when you're sending love out your heart to change them in colors towards that person, it's going to change. They're going to feel you. and they change. I'm not joking one bit. But when you're all done telling them what you want and what it is you don't like about them, then you say, I thank you for coming and I release you now. But another thing is, to make it more powerful, you stand to the north and you ask the energies of the north to assist you. You stand to the west and you ask the energies of the west to assist you, and the south to assist you, and the east. And then you just feel them all come to you. This is a real deal. But when you're all done, you release them. You just say, now I release you and I thank you so much for helping me. Serious, it works.
So if I wanted to raise at work, I could just kind of do that. And
I do that, but I'd also write it out on paper, okay? You can't just, okay, so you do your activations, right? But you also got to respond on that, on your end. You got to do a little bit of work too. So write intentions on a piece of paper, what you're wanting. You take that outside and you burn it.
so so let's stop right there for a second.
Okay.
Here's the problem I have with anything like this. Why the facade? Why do you have to do this to consciously create the reality that you want? Why do I have to ask the north, the south, the east, the west, burn a picture of them, ask them, release them? I'm not disrespecting the method. If it works, that's awesome. What I'm after is the meat and potatoes of why you have to do that.
Well, I wouldn't really have to, but I want to, because I want the more bang for your buck. I want the help. I know they're there to help us, so I invite them in. It works more when I ask for help.
But are the energies there, or are you consciously creating them by acknowledging them to help you with the situation in a forward-thinking capacity?
That's probably it right there. Is just behind your mind. I don't know. It's in all the books that I read too. You're probably right. You probably don't need it, but I do it anyway. Probably.
Sometimes Donna, will sacrifice a chicken behind the scenes to get like, with the. I don't understand why she does it. I'm like, really?
Wait till you come to Sedona. I'm going to take one of your hairs. Sorry, folks. It's
so you work with candles. She works with chickens. Whatever. One half goes in the other. Tell us about the candles you work with.
Okay, so you can take a candle like this, or a tea votive, or you can just go to the store and get one that's already infused with what you want. Like this one says manifest a miracle. So I just pull it all out. If I'm going to do some candle magic, I'm buying this one and I'm going to make this one. So you just okay. So you're thinking that you want some money from out of the air from somebody, to go buy something. So I would write this on the candle. I would put a $sign. I would put my birth date. I would put the sign that I was born on, like a Pisces sign on here, the best I could. And I would say I want to receive money and the amount, or, just, you got to kind of put a little bit of an amount on there, because you don't want just $1. Okay. So you put amount on there if you can. Then you take oils. I have oils here somewhere. So you got money oil. You can buy these anywhere online or in a nice store that's new age store. But when you work with oils, the one thing that you really want is dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is powerful. Okay, more powerful than everything. It kind of like boosts it. So you want that. And if you're not afraid to poke yourself, your blood will help make it even more stronger. Okay, so then you just burn them. But whatever you do not blow the wick out ever. You just let them burn. Because when that's burning, that's putting your intention into the air. Make sense?
And where did you acquire all of this knowledge? I mean, what is dragon's blood? Well,
I think it comes from a tree in Africa or something like that. I guess I never really thought about that, but I just buy it in the store or I get online and order it. But it does make it stronger. And in all the books that I've got my knowledge through, they all call for dragon's blood.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the components all emulate certain frequencies in whatever physical form they're in. And when you kind of put the recipe together, your intention, it sets the intention, and the burning of the candle is actually the mechanism by which source would grab it.
Yes. And if you're wanting love, you use a red candle instead of green. And you would put cinnamon on it. Besides, say you still want the dragon blood, you want a little bit of drop of your blood, just put it on there. Your intent of what you want, the guy's name, his birthday, or something. And hair, if you can put a piece of your hair on it, that makes it even more stronger. Or his hair, okay? So a red candle, and then cinnamon. Cinnamon, for some reason, cinnamon and love goes together. And
organic cinnamon or regular cinnamon?
It doesn't matter, just cinnamon. And if you actually burn that on a Friday in your house, it smells good and it also brings love.
That is really cool. So another talent you were sharing with us is the tarot cards reading that you did. Can you kind of tell us, I don't know anything about them, so can you communicate your knowledge of what
Sure.
they are, how you use them, why you use them, and a little bit of the history about them?
Sure. My mother had tarot cards when I was like 8, 9, 10. And I used them then, and I was able to just like, I read about them, but I could never do the spread for some reason like it tells you to do. I couldn't understand the book that came with the cards. So I threw the book out and just started throwing them over, and then I know when to stop. And then it gives you a little bit of a story. Well, you got the pictures of the cards, and in the book it'll tell you about what goes with this card. But I couldn't figure that out either with that book. So I just let it come out of my mouth, and I learned that was right on. It makes a big difference because then you know what you're feeling when you tell somebody. A lot of people, they got to have the card in order to see what you're telling them. Put the two together. There's a lot of people out there that really can't even read a card to you. And it's kind of a waste. But once they get the hang of it, it works really good.
So what I mean, a lot of people associate tarot cards with witchcraft, and this is just kind of bubbling up in the back of my mind, but what use in a modern society do tarot cards have?
Oh, it can.
Why would you give your power to a deck of cards? I mean, me and Donna can go fish, but that doesn't mean,
And I'm glad you mentioned the power too. Wouldn't you want to know?
That was kind of a private joke. Go fish. Man, where did that come from?
Okay, now I lost the question that you was asking me.
The question is, why would you give your power to a deck of cards when reading them, and does it flow through you? Does it flow out of you? Does it come from above, north, south, east, west?
Actually, I just before I even okay, so how do I start? I asked whatever's gonna help me do this, you better come, because I'm headed to Chelsea to do a bunch of readings.
Well, whatever is a really dangerous concept, especially when you're playing with energy, because you're just opening yourself up with that statement. A whole lot of nasties that are circling you. So rephrase that, think clearly, move through it.
Okay. Well, one thing, I got protection around me, and I don't know who it is, but I'm kind of protected against anything really bad coming at me.
Never think you're protected, because you're not. Energy is not good or evil. It's levels of vibration, okay? And they'll move through you as easily as a hot knife through butter. And as soon as you start thinking you're protected, you're as vulnerable as an infant is.
Yeah, you're probably right there. That's why I have to go to people to help me get clear too. Okay, so anyway, it just flows out of me when I tell them. And it's usually right on. I don't know, there's kind of a connection between my soul and their soul or something, but I wish the people that are my regulars would get on here and tell you just how good it is. But when I mentioned Chelsea, I go over there, and Jody, she has a funeral home that she bought over there. And she has like big parties where they come and they stay in the funeral home overnight. And she does mystery dinners, where she has a mystery and then they have readings, and they have ghost hunters that go there too. And it's kind of cool, but there's a lot of people there. All I can say is I've had the knack for these without knowing what they're actually supposed to tell somebody, and they get what I tell them. Okay, so the reason you would want to know is that way you can change your reality. Say I told you there was something bad coming, I would also tell you how you could fix it. And the reason
But
that is
the very definition of telling somebody something bad is coming, did you just consciously create that in their data stream? Or are you having an unconscious manifestation that we have all the time? I'm just curious about this. That's why I'm kind of digging through you to get some answers.
like I said, I really don't know, but I do know. I know this woman approached me one day. This would be a good one. And she said that she come across the street and let me know that she seen me have an accident. I know I was going to die. And that kind of freaked me out, right? But I was smart enough to go find her and ask her, what was I doing when I had the accident? And she told me that I had dropped something and I was trying to find it. So this kind of actually helped me, because you know how many times I dropped stuff in the car and I caught myself, so I didn't do it? A lot more than I even thought of. So that kind of lets you know that you can change your reality. Even if somebody
if she says something like, okay, you're going to be skydiving naked off Mount Everest and you're going to hit, boom, an ice patch, and you're going to come apart in pieces in your future. I mean, well, how does that relate to what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got to sort that out. Like I said, there's good readers out there and there's bad readers out there. And you just kind of got to pick through the, But I have a lot of repeats.
Karen, what's the healing team?
Okay. When I had the light weaving, Kenji gave us all our own personal healing team. And that was the first time I ever heard of that. And then I got to digging around in a lot of other researches, and I find out we all have a healing team waiting for us to ask to be assisted to help us heal ourselves. There isn't any illness out there that you can't heal. You can heal yourself. But people that have been with you, that have passed on, they can all come and work on you to help you heal yourself. You have to be precise though, and you have to tell them what you want them to work on. Nobody can help you unless you ask. So some people believe in asking, just say like your Saint Germain or any of those, and that's all good. Just call and invite them in too. But ask for your healing team. We all have a team.
That's interesting. A couple of years ago, I did a workshop teaching people how to recognize their own healing portals in their body and to use them like muscles to heal themselves. And there was a really very positive response in that particular workshop. So at this segment of the show, we like to do questions from the audience. Are you okay with picking out a couple questions and having us ask you them, Karen?
Sure.
The audience. Donna?
Sure. Thanks, Peter. So this one comes from Dawn, and it's kind of more of a statement, Karen, and perhaps you can answer this one. But Dawn is saying, she is wondering, she's saying that you're never talking about getting your work from source. So can you kind of chat with us about, where is this coming from?
Well, some people call it God. Some people call it something else. Some people call it the universe. I actually always say goddess, God in the universe, and source. But I didn't really want to put that out there because everybody has their own beliefs. And it's just kind of like, I hate to open that up and then have somebody a little angry either because, I didn't, they're afraid of where it's coming from.
I don't care. I just say it's my way or the highway. It's working for me.
Okay, I hope that helps. And then, of course, Valerie is wanting to know how can she connect with you. So you have an email for people, correct? So they can contact you. What's your email?
Karen Lagrange, 1316 at gmail.com.
Perfect. I'll put that in the chat too for folks. Okay. And let's see here. Oh, Mark wanted to know, when you had your machine with the crystal that gave off that, yes, that right there, wanted to know, will that work with ADD, ADH kids?
Yes. And my friend Bob Skillarelli, he has all the information on this. So if he wants to talk with him, he could email me and I could give Bob. Bob's a wonderful person.
If it doesn't make you ADHD and talk someone else.
Awesome. And then there are questions about getting custom pyramids. And then, so what's the best way for people to, like, you made this beautiful one for me, and it's got some amazing, I have to point this out, and I was showing Peter this, but do you guys see that eye in there? Karen, you made this for me, and I have to tell you that I did not see this eye until we were talking last night.
I think it just opened you up.
Yeah.
to what's coming for you,
Okay.
Because you have wonderful things coming, but you've been blocking yourself.
I see. Did you get that? I'm sorry. It was a little pun there. I see the eye. Yeah.
You're so funny.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes. But so Karen, what's the best way for people to get their own pyramid from you because like you said, for Peter's, his is very specific to him. Mine is extremely specific to me. And you found some things about me that, were pretty interesting, and you put it in there, which is awesome. So for someone who's wanting that, they're wanting to know how do they get their own?
Give me an email. Actually, if I'm even talking to you on the phone a little bit, I pick it up there. And then I just think of you the whole time I'm making it.
It's not
do you have a website?
I did, but I tell you, everybody that made me a website wouldn't let me have any control or say of anything I wanted in it. So I just I was blocked. I guess I wasn't ready then until your last show. Then, I realized I need a website.
So for now,
the best way people to contact is at the email address you gave us?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a phone number you want to give out, or?
Sure.
Do you? Do you? It's YouTube. I'm just saying.
Yes. 319-350-4913.
And folks, Karen did a very interesting tarot card reading for me in the pre-show, so hit her up for that too. It's very, very cool. So yes. We are just about at the end of our time together. Donna, can you just go through those announcements one more time, please?
You bet. So again, folks, the HFA, A New Way to Travel, the device for your car, that is going to end tonight. So you still have time. The beautiful thing is 30% off. So if you use code 30HFA, or is it HFA 30, Peter? I'm sorry.
HFA 30. Yep.
Thank you. HFA 30, HFA 30. When you're checking out, so that you'll get the discount that goes through tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow you are going to want to check out Peter. Peter is going to be live on the Dr. Karen Can. He is going to be live on her show at 3 p.m. That is Eastern time. You can call in and talk to Peter. He'll be talking about the Source 5 and activations. So check that out. Thursday, Peter will also be live again. And he will be with Judy Anderson, and on her program called Jazz Up Your Life with Judy. That show is going to be another live call-in show. It will be at 1 p.m. And Peter, we should also talk about a special show for the 30-day challenge coming up on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
That's right. So folks, we're doing a special MDM show this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be introducing you to each one of the professionals that you're going to get to know very, very well in the 30-day challenge in the new year. You probably don't want to miss this one. This will be, an opportunity for you to ask questions. We're probably going to do an open forum, very relaxed. And then in the new year, we're going to be bringing them back over the weeks that we're doing the show as MDM guests to grab more information from them as you're rolling through the 30-day challenge. These people are absolutely amazing. Really, really cool stuff. Donna is one of the participants. He talks about some really good stuff, which I'm not going to mention now because I don't want to spoil her surprise. But it's awesome. So Wednesday night, special MDM show. You don't want to miss it. You'll be meeting all of the guests, all the participants in the 30-day challenge. Their videos are just in the information and getting you off the couch from eating bonbons. It's not a fab diet you're going to waste 3 days on. It's not a piece of gym equipment you're going to put in the closet, and it's not a wasted gym membership. This is about amazing recipes. It's about information you're not going to get anywhere else except from these individuals. They're sharing their tips, their secrets, all of their accumulated knowledge that they have learned into a very well organized video package that will be delivered to you each morning over 30 days. And just get on the website, throw in your email address, and you'll have access to all the downloaded material on the website. There's a lot of amazing stuff absolutely coming. So with that said, Karen, you are amazing. Thank you for joining us this evening. And do you have anything else you want to say to the crowd before we end the show?
Just remember when Peter does the water blessings, that you also have to remember you were asking for what you're wanting, but you got to put some little bit of work into it too. Just put it with your heart. You got to ask. You got to keep asking, and you got to do things to help bring it. Just clearing things from being a child makes a big difference. I never want anything in my life until I actually did some research and did some work and asked and believed. You really got to believe it's going to happen, because as soon as you got that little bit of doubt, it just, there it goes. So just believe, and it'll happen, because it happened for me. I went from never winning anything to winning a lot. So believe.
Right on.
Absolutely.
Karen, can you give a quick shout out on your website or your email one more time, please?
Karen Lagrange 1316@gmail.com.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Karen. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.